Howdy, my name is Derrick Henry and I've been building Excel tools for over 20 years now. If you want to navigate faster, format faster, search faster, analyze faster, update faster, and just make Excel easier to use and more powerful, then stick around for a brief demonstration of some of the top ways that I've saved over 200 hours a year. Now what we're looking at here is an add-in that adds a new tab to your ribbon up in Excel where things are organized by categories and menus. You can set your shortcuts if you want to, but the quickest way to run things is to use a search box. So type in a couple letters, like let's say we want to add a table of contents here. So it shows you results as you type, very much like Google. You can also set your favorites and shortcuts from here. So if we press enter, instantly it adds a hyperlinked table of contents for all the sheets in our file here. Now, maybe you want to navigate faster. Okay, so this is a picker. It's going to show you different sheet-related actions that are going to help you navigate and rename and insert and all kinds of other options. Press L to jump to the last sheet. Press F to jump to the first sheet, which is convenient because we just added a table of contents. There's several other options. J is a pretty handy one because it lets you use that same autocomplete search to jump to any sheet. So you have a whole bunch of them. This makes it a lot easier to navigate. Now, you can set your default here to make it even easier. Pickers like this give you several shortcuts into one, extending what Excel can do natively. There are several of them in here that save a lot of time, including filtering and copying and pasting and printing and inserting, deleting, formatting, and using formulas, and others. Now, speaking of formulas or formats, maybe you want to format faster. So what I'm doing here is I'm toggling through my favorite 5 fill colors. Okay, so again, it's like several shortcuts in one. Set whatever colors you want. Maybe you wanted to use number formats. You know, those can be a little tricky to get just right. So set your 5 favorites there. Same thing goes with borders. So if we want to use our 5 favorite borders here, notice I'm toggling through those and navigating off to the side so you can see the results. Save your 5 favorites. Again, makes it so much easier to have many shortcuts in one and save those favorites. Use over and over again with things like fonts and decimals and styles and alignments and many more. For the things that you do dozens of times a day, this is a great way to save time. Maybe you want to search faster. So there's a search box that's going to show you different files that you have used recently as you type. Right? So just type part of the path, type part of the file name, and it's going to show you the files that you want to open. I can find almost any file I've worked on in the last few years within seconds, which is crucial because we spend a lot of time looking for things like this. The average person spends over 400 hours a year looking for files and other types of information, right? So this saves a ton of time. Maybe you want to upgrade your find box. Okay, so check this out. If we want to search for something particular, maybe it's copy formula here, it's going to show you search results as you type, not waiting until you type and press enter. Even better is you've got the option to highlight things. So if you want to highlight every word that says copy in it, this uses conditional formatting to do that. Here's a favorite of mine. Okay, this is a relatively new one, searching for formulas. It takes a lot of time to enter formulas, especially really intricate ones. You can save those and reuse them later. So just type part of the formula, so like sum or something like that, right? It'll even shift the cell that it came from, and what you're able to do is re-leverage that formula. So if you have something really specific, this is going to help you take advantage of it over and over again. How about analyzing faster? Right? We use filtering and sorting all the time. So this is a great one right here. Is another picker that gives you all kinds of options that you can use again and again. Things like filtering to blanks or out blanks or zeros or errors or colors or numbers or dates and many more. My favorite is option D here because it allows you to reuse your favorite filters. I don't know about you, but I'm opening files over and over again and applying the same filtering and sorting. This lets you re-leverage that. So if I use option 4 here, it's going to sort and filter the same way that I always like to with that same report. So this way you can do it in one step and not have to open that file again, just to remind yourself what you did last time. Let's say you want to update faster. There's so many things in Excel that you cannot do but one sheet at a time. Renaming them, reordering them, print settings, grouping cells, freezing panes, autofilter, and many more. Doing these things in bulk, one at a time, it takes a lot of time. Most of the time my approach is this, using Excel to automate Excel. So in this case, right, we're able to leverage features like copy and paste, find, replace, filtering and sorting, and linking with formulas to do it a lot faster. So in this case, look at all these settings that I can update within the sheets. I can rename them, I can reorder them, set the visibility, the tab color, the freeze panes, all very, very quickly. In this next example, this sets up new folders. This is something people spend a lot of time on at the beginning of the year or the month. Weekly or monthly folders, Notice how I'm using formulas to define what the folder name should be. Then Excel's just going to run through this when I'm done and create hundreds of folders in seconds. You can do the same thing with updating your PowerPoint slides. Just define what slide, what items in the slide need to be updated, and what are those linked to. Maybe you want to take that approach with Outlook and import or delete or export appointments or contacts or tasks. Maybe you want to use Excel to send emails. Why would you do that? Because it's really repetitive, right? Maybe you want to use it to file your emails. I use this every week and it saves at least a couple of hours because I get a lot of emails. Half of them I want to delete, half of them I want to file with reusable logic and kind of a AI-based similarity index. This helps you do it. Maybe you want to let Excel automate the web. How wacky does that sound? But think about it. There's a lot of repetitive stuff that we do on the web, like filling out reports, filling in forms, setting up software. This lets you define those steps and Excel can actually control Google Chrome. Pretty cool. So if you want to learn more about how to potentially save hundreds of hours of years in Excel each year, check out the QR code down below to the left to try it out for free for yourself. And off to the right, check out the top 52 crucial macros that are included in this to check that out as well. Or use the comments. You'll be amazed at how much more you can do with Excel and how much easier it can be. Thanks for watching and have an awesome rest of your day.